Good morning and welcome into another edition of the MEAC Women's Basketball Media Day. My name is Mitch Brown. We are live inside the beautiful Waterside District here in Norfolk, Virginia. We always say around this time of the year, the basketball season starts in Norfolk and it ends at Norfolk Scope Arena in March. So excited to be here this morning. We're going to hear from all 8 programs inside the conference, the players or the student athletes and the coaches. We're also going to hear from our commissioner as well and have some unique stories and perspectives to look back on last season and look ahead to what's going to be yet another thrilling season inside the conference. We're a little less than a month away from the season starting, so we're going to get things started right here on ESPN Plus, the MEAC Digital Network, and of course, you're going to be able to see this later on YouTube and various other platforms, of course, on social media as well. I'm excited to be here. We're going to go ahead and get this show started, but this is the MEAC Women's Basketball Media Day, coming to you live from the Waterside here in Norfolk, presented by Wells Fargo. Commissioner Sonia Steele is going to join us right after this first timeout. Stick around. We'll see you right after the break. Welcome back inside the Waterside District here in Norfolk. MEAC Women's Basketball Media Days are here, and I'm joined by none other than MEAC Commissioner Sonia Steele. Commissioner, it's always a pleasure to speak with you, always a pleasure to be here at this time of the year. Take me back to March, down the street at Scope Arena. What was that MEAC Basketball Championship like, and just the exposure it brought to the league?
Oh, it was amazing, as all of ours. Very amazing. It's the energy that we have from the fans coming into the city, the Scope. We start out with the BBT Awards where we, congratulate our student athletes on such a great season. And then we get right on into it. We have the community service that we do with the MEAC. We have the college fair.
Right.
And then, the parties at the end. But most importantly, everybody's come to see that Division I basketball.
Now, this is, I hear you have an anniversary coming up, 23 years with the conference. I know this is season 4 for you as commissioner.
Yeah.
How much change have you seen in the conference over your time here?
Wow, I've seen so much. When I first started working at the conference in 2002.
Had to do your math on
yeah,
that one.
in 2002, there was only 4 of us. 2 administrative assistants and then 4 directors. And then how we've grown to like 12 employees in the office, how we've expanded, and, with realignment.
Right.
We expanded and then we contracted, and we are the Elite 8 right now, which is just doing great. We're strong, and so there's been a lot of change, and it's a lot of good growth being on a national platform with our partners from ESPN, and I can't see more of that, especially for our basketball teams.
Exactly, and you talk about that, and I know football has this national popularity as well now, but when you look at the conference as a whole and what basketball has been able to do in March, right, with the women's side, there were 3 teams in the postseason last year. How are you seeing the conference become the landing spot, right? With the realignment that you talk about, it's no longer, hey, we need to go up to this level or this conference to succeed. Mm-hmm. A lot of people have found home in the MEAC, and they found their success as well.
Absolutely. It's the competition. It's there. It's anybody's tournament. When you come there, you thinking you're going to have this team that's going to be at the top, but you never know. It's because the competition is there. And as we continue to have success in non-conference, that's just a little taste of what you're going to see in March.
Last question for you. When you talk about Norfolk and everything that you've been able to do here, not only with the championship, but having the fan bases come down here, what is it like to always have the city's support, right? To have just this conclave of fans come celebrate and see good basketball?
When you come down here, it's basketball time. It's purple and gold, the colors, the marketing. It is truly, truly a great place to be in March here in Norfolk. They have been great partners. They're very welcoming. Our fans enjoy it. There is so much to do here in Norfolk. And here, we're in Waterside District, one of the places that everybody wants to be. And so just everybody come out, join us. It's a great city to be, the city of Norfolk.
Commissioner, always appreciate your time. Best of luck the rest of this season. Coming up next, we're going to hear from the coaches and the student athletes as we get ready to get this season started. We'll have the preseason player of the year revealed. Of course, your preseason predictions is voted by the coaches and sports information directors coming up on the other side of this timeout. You're watching MEAC Women's Basketball Media Day on the ESPN Plus and MEAC Digital Network.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite.
We stay true to our values, and we stay true to each other. The Mideastern Athletic Conference, where champions are made.
Brighter futures begin here with students and faculty that bring campus projects to life with help from the Home Depot Retool Your School grants. With these grants, HBCUs have built innovative learning lounges, revitalized rec areas, and created peaceful wellness spaces, providing students with areas to learn, relax, and thrive. Through their dedication to uplifting their campuses, HBCUs are growing stronger, one grant at a time, one project at a time, one community at a time. Learn more at retoolyourschool.com. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
At Wells Fargo, we believe that doing can make a difference. That's why we've donated over $2 billion to strengthen local communities over the last 5 years. From more than $710 million to help address housing access and affordability, to roughly $420 million to help small business owners through nonprofits, to nearly $58 million to support scholarships and programming for students. Because doing gets it done.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
Welcome back inside the Waterside District in Norfolk, Virginia. MEAC Women's Basketball Media Day is rolling along. And let's get to the part that a lot of people get excited about. Our preseason predicted order of finish inside the conference. 8 schools. Let's take a look at where they're predicted to land, voted by the coaches and sports information directors. Coming in at number 8 this season, predicted to finish at number 8, South Carolina State. Coach Cedric Baker, who better to call for stability when your program needs it? They're predicted to finish 8th inside the conference. Delaware State coming in at 7. And at 6, Coppin State. Daryl Mosley taking over the helm there. Number 5, Morgan State, predicted to finish 5th. North Carolina Central at 4. Maryland Eastern Shore coming in at 3 as they continue to take the stairway to success. And number 2, our usual suspects, Norfolk State, predicted to finish 2nd with Jermaine Woods returning home. And number 1, the predicted preseason champions, the Howard Bison. Coach Ty Grace hoping that this year ends in an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. Our preseason player of the year coming out of North Carolina Central, it is, drum roll please, Morgan Callahan. She is the preseason player of the year after being an all-MEAC and all-defensive team player in back-to-back seasons. She is coming off of a 2024-25 campaign that saw her ranked top 10 in scoring in the MEAC. She was top 3 in blocks, top 3 in rebounding, and scored more than 1,000 points and grabbed over 600 boards in her career as an Eagle. Callahan leads the way as one of 5 well-known standouts joining this preseason all-MEAC first-team selection. Joining her is Jayla Bannerman from Morgan State, Howard's duo of Niall Miller and Zaniyah Thomas, as well as Norfolk State's Anjanae Robinson. These athletes set to make a significant impact in the upcoming season, showing the talent and competitiveness within the MEAC. And of course, you'll get the complete list. You can find that on MEACsports.com. 3 all-MEAC teams in the preseason, but Morgan Callahan, your preseason player of the year. You will hear from her coming up this morning, as well as the rest of the North Carolina Central Eagles. So there you have it. The questions are out the way. Howard predicted to win the league this year. Norfolk State right behind them. We'll hear from all 8 schools. We're going to get started with South Carolina State right after this timeout. Head coach Cedric Baker, he's new to the Bulldogs, but he is familiar with this conference. You'll hear more of his story and journey to get back to the MEAC after this timeout.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite, obey your thirst.
At Wells Fargo, we believe that doing can make a difference. That's why we've donated over $2 billion to strengthen local communities over the last 5 years. From more than $710 million to help address housing access and affordability, to roughly $420 million to help small business owners through nonprofits, to nearly $58 million to support scholarships and programming for students. Because doing gets it done.
There is a conference where the student and student athlete still matters, where geography means something, and where rivalries are measured in decades, not dollars. In this conference, we push one another to greater heights on the field, the court, the track, and in the classroom. Here, we stay true to our values, and we stay true to each other. The Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, where champions are made.
Come to South Carolina State University. Here you'll find unlimited possibilities for wherever you want your college career to take you. Since 1896, we've trained generations of scholars and leaders, building a legacy of excellence. Explore our stellar academic programs, including nuclear engineering, military science, biology, education, computer science, agribusiness, and more. Enjoy student-focused activities and organizations and discover your passion. Dare to be great. Enroll now and join our legacy of excellence at South Carolina State University.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite, obey your thirst.
Welcome back inside MEAC Women's Basketball Media Day, and the main events are here. We've got the student athletes, and we have head coach of South Carolina State. The Bulldogs are here on stage. All right, the season is officially underway right here. Welcome you all to Norfolk. Appreciate your time. Coach, as you come to South Carolina State, this is your first year with the program. You're no stranger to the MEAC. Just walk us through your journey to get back here to the conference that you've known for quite some time.
It's definitely been a privilege and an honor, Mitch, to be in the MEAC. Of course, I've had an amazing journey coaching women's basketball, been committed to it for over 25 years, and from Voorhees to Benedict and Savannah State, of course, and now here at South Carolina State University. But the MEAC, great coaches, great women's basketball, win the right way. It's just an honor and a privilege to have the opportunity to coach in the league once again.
Walk me back to May 6th when you took the podium and you made your commitment and vow to Bulldog Nation. What have you seen in those 5 months since that has you buying into this team and then buying into you?
First of all, buying into the university's vision, coming to South Carolina State University, a university leadership that's committed, to sports, but also just committed to women's basketball in general. And that's what I found, just a great foundation, great pride, great athletes with a lot of passion, and just ready to hit the floor and perform. But amazing group of young ladies that I'm definitely privileged to have the honor of being their leader and looking forward to doing some really special things there in Orangeburg, South Carolina.
Heaven, you're a veteran and you know this team and this program. Mm-hmm. This season, what has you buying in and reflecting on last year, mm-hmm. what made you want to be a part of the change here?
It was a couple of things. It's a new group of people. They're dedicated, they're determined, and we're disciplined. And I feel like we all trust Coach Baker and what he's trying to accomplish, and I feel we will have the three things that he's looking for, which is pride, passion, and enthusiasm. And I feel like our team as a whole, we can give that to him.
So, Angie, for you, you're new to this squad, but you transferred from Coastal Carolina. First, I want to ask you, what is it? I never transferred in college. What is it like? What's the experience like getting to a new campus, learning new teammates, and acclimating yourself?
It's a new journey. It was hard for me because South Carolina is a HBCU, but
Right.
I had an amazing experience. My teammate, the new coaches, the teachers, everybody at South Carolina are amazing. They have great heart, and that's family right here.
What is it that attracted you to this league, the way that the Bulldogs want to play this season? And what have you seen so far from your teammates that has you excited about getting this season tipped off?
Passion, that's number one. And our coach right here,
He brings it?
yes, every day, with a smile on his face. Passion is number one with us.
Heaven, for you, in this league, what defines success? What do you see as the difference maker for you guys to have success this season? Because you look at the schedule from last year, you guys are right there, right? So many games under 10 points, under 8 points, right? So a couple of things, and you're right where you want to be.
In my opinion, I feel like it's the energy. Like, I feel like we won it this year. I feel like that was the main issue last year. A lot of people wanted it for us, but we didn't want it for ourselves. So I feel like this year we have energy, we have passion, we have determination. We're willing to get in the gym, get the extra work in, and I feel like that would be the main thing to help us this year.
Coach, you won this league in 2015 with Savannah State. You had tons of success there. In your eyes, what makes a team a championship caliber team, and how have you conveyed that to them as someone that's been there and seen your team do that?
Well, every year is different, of course. It's a different group of young ladies. That's what makes this opportunity so special. They will never have an opportunity again to play with this group of young ladies ever in life again. But what makes it special is, and in order to win a championship, you have to have championship practices, of course, and, of course, balance. What you do off the court is going to be a direct correlation on the court. So we've been stressing academics, of course, first and foremost. They are great students in the classroom, so I anticipate them doing great things on the court. So winning a championship, cutting those nets down at the end of the year, it starts by having championship practices.
Last thing I'll ask you, I know you've spent so much time in South Carolina, so you've got a lot of ties there. How exciting is it to be, close to home again? And what is Bulldog Nation? What has their reception been?
Oh, the reception has been good. The fan base, it's a lot of energy, man. It's been overwhelming, but exciting. The energy is very refreshing. Just being in South Carolina, again, the hospitality, the community, the alumni, the student, the fan base, and also the coaches that I work with every day. They bring that energy, enthusiasm every day, but I definitely have to give our athletic director kudos. He's an amazing leader, providing these young women with the resources to be successful, not just at South Carolina State University, but putting them in a position to be successful 5-10 years down the road, and that's what we want to do. We want to win games, and ultimately we want to graduate.
We're excited to see you guys on your journey this season. Starting off on Wednesday, November 5th, you're going to host Morris College in Orangeburg. All smiles as the season gets close. Heaven Harper, Angie Justine, Coach Cedric Baker, appreciate your time this morning. We'll be right back after this break. Delaware State on deck to join us on stage.
Thank you.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite, obey your thirst.
There is a conference where the student and student athlete still matters, where geography means something, and where rivalries are measured in decades, not dollars. In this conference, we push one another to greater heights on the field, the court, the track, and in the classroom. Here, we stay true to our values and we stay true to each other. The Mideastern Athletic Conference, where champions are made.
Brighter futures begin here with students and faculty that bring campus projects to life with help from the Home Depot Retool Your School grants. With these grants, HBCUs have built innovative learning lounges, revitalized rec areas, and created peaceful wellness spaces, providing students with areas to learn, relax, and thrive. Through their dedication to uplifting their campuses, HBCUs are growing stronger, one grant at a time, one project at a time, one community at a time. Learn more at retoolyourschool.com. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
From open house to acceptance, new student orientation, and picking the program that's just for you, it matters. From scholarships to meeting with advisors and making new friends, and all of the campus life and activities, it matters. With continued one-on-one support, student success planning, internships to graduation, and landing your dream job in your career field, it matters. Because at Delaware State University, it all matters.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite, obey your thirst.
Welcome back inside MEAC Women's Basketball Media Day here live at the Norfolk Waterside District. I am joined by the Delaware State Hornets now. We've got head coach Jasmine Turner entering season 2. We've got Liliana Harrison joining as well, and Nevaeh Reeves on the desk with us. Ladies, appreciate you joining us. Coach, I'll start with you. Season 2, when I saw you this time last year, the message, the mantra was, we've got to establish culture, right? There's growing pains with that and everything that you do. But as you enter season 2, what has you excited about this team?
Just their togetherness. I'm really excited about the camaraderie they've built together in the summer and in the preseason. They've done a really good job as a team, just coming together, learning each other, not just as players, but also as, people, as humans. And they take good care of each other. And the camaraderie they have and the way that they support each other as young women off the floor is starting to translate on the floor.
I'm curious, from your perspective, how much did you learn on the fly or learn in real time as you went through that first season being the leader for the Hornets?
Yeah, you're always growing and learning in this role, in this business. There was a lot to learn. You're not just learning your team and figuring out different strategies and things like that. You're also learning your institution and your university, how to get the supporters out, the fans out, your alumni, connecting with them. So there's a lot that you take in, in this role. But I think that when God has placed you where you're supposed to be, you have what you need, and you can be successful. So I'm really fortunate to have a really good support system around me. And so the transition was easy for the most part. But at times, I found myself looking like, okay, who can help me? And my supporters were there, whether it was on campus or off campus.
Tell me about these two ladies here. You bring them into the program, and they're here at Media Day, which means they're going to play a pretty big role this season. So how excited are you to have them in the fold, and what do you expect from them on and off the court?
Yeah, these are two great young women I have here with me today. Nevaeh Reeves is a grad student, so she brings a plethora of experience and some perimeter scoring here for us. And she's also one of our leaders this season. Her energy, she's the energy driver of this team. Her positivity, her connectivity with her teammates has been phenomenal. And then we have Liliana Harrison, who's a freshman, who's just been a sponge. One thing I've noticed about her is she learns really fast. And when she learns, she can instruct. So I've been really impressed with her ability to take in concepts and do things really well. She's probably looking at me like, what you talking about, coach?
Having coaches, when I was getting recruited, it was just felt family. Like, I felt the family. And coming in with my team, they're very, they make me go every day. Like, they might not know that, but they make me go every day. Just their energy and just how they work, and I just know it's going to be a great season.
I'm curious, when you guys get to campus, right, you start those summer workouts, what is that bonding experience like? And before the season even starts, it usually seems like your best friends. I know there's going to be, times, ups and downs during the season, but what is this period like to get you ready for the season?
Just coming in from the summer, just the ups and downs, the 6 a.m.s, all the workouts, just pushing each other, having each other's back, diversity we went through this summer, just coming in as like young ladies just want to work. Like we just want to work and we want to win. We want to change the culture of Delaware State, and we want to represent the university well.
Liliana, what's been the biggest adjustment for you?
The biggest adjustment for me is just waking up every day, wanting to work. It's hard every day to come in and work hard. So just motivating yourself to get up and put in the work.
Tell me about the village you have, though, because you guys keep mentioning support, right? And for you, right, it's an adjustment, but you have someone like Nevaeh that helps you adjust to that grind, right? What does that support do for you?
It helps. Everyone's on the same page, and just them keeping me in the middle of everything going on, it helps me keep myself together.
Coach, I'll ask you, what does success this season look like, right? We can talk numbers, we can talk predictions, but for you guys, what do you want it to look like this season to know we're heading in the right direction?
Yeah, there's a few things that I'm looking for as we progress in this season. The number one thing is us as a unit, from the top to bottom, from me all the way down to our media people, to our support staff, staying connected and being together, and understanding that there is one common goal for each other, to be better people and to win. And to see that throughout the year and have that type of progression, I think that's one thing that I'm looking at. And on the floor, what kind of product are we putting on the floor? Are we competitive in these games? Are we close to wins, and are we closing wins? Are we moving the needle in what we're doing and the foundation that we're setting? Even last year with a little bit, we have some returners from last year setting the foundation there, and they understand me and the habits that we want to have. Is that translating to this year and this team understanding, what habits we want to build? And so just moving the needle in that progress, and just showing that we have good habits, and we're connected the entire season.
Well, Coach, welcome to the season. Ladies, welcome to the season. It gets started for you guys in less than a month, so we're excited to see you on the road. Of course, we'll be hearing from you much more this season. Appreciate your time, ladies. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Absolutely. We'll be right back after this quick break. Coming up next, more players, more student athletes, more coaches. This is MEAC Women's Basketball Media Day on ESPN Plus and the MEAC Digital Network.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
Brighter futures begin here with students and faculty that bring campus projects to life with help from the Home Depot Retool Your School grants. With these grants, HBCUs have built innovative learning lounges, revitalized rec areas, and created peaceful wellness spaces, providing students with areas to learn, relax, and thrive. Through their dedication to uplifting their campuses, HBCUs are growing stronger, one grant at a time, one project at a time, one community at a time. Learn more at retoolyourschool.com. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
At Wells Fargo, we believe that doing can make a difference. That's why we've donated over $2 billion to strengthen local communities over the last 5 years. From more than $710 million to help address housing access and affordability, to roughly $420 million to help small business owners through nonprofits, to nearly $58 million to support scholarships and programming for students. Because doing gets it done.
Coppin State isn't just a name. It's a legacy of transformation. From potential to excellence, we never settle. With renowned educators, cutting-edge programs, and the soul of Baltimore, we are the beacon that shines on the world, fueling a change that the world needs. In this moment, what do you want to be? Whatever the answer, let it push you to dream bigger, aim higher, and always choose to be more.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
Welcome back into MEAC Women's Basketball Media Day. We are rolling along. We have the Coppin State Eagles here on stage with us now, joined by new head coach Daryl Mosley. We also have Jocelyn Hartfield, and we have Kai Morris as well joining us. Appreciate your time this morning making the trip down. Coach, I'll start with you. Welcome back home.
Thank you.
This is a conference you're familiar with, but you spent some time at Arizona State. What did you learn during your years there, and how do you plan to apply it, right, in this leadership position now?
Well, just preparation. You know, you're playing in the Pac-12 and Big 12. You're playing against some of the best players in the country. You're coaching against some of the best coaches in the country. So you got to do your homework. You got to spend time on your scouts, and you got to recruit some of the best players in the country. So even though I'm coming to the MEAC, you know, I still want to recruit some of the best players in the country. Of course, we have NIL, Rev Share now. That's big in our game now, but I'm going to recruit. You know, they got to tell me no.
And, I mean, you pulled two players from North Texas and Troy, respectively. How do you see the landscape changing? As you mentioned all those things, right, you're seeing players say, I don't have to be in a Power 4, Power 5 conference to get the success, get the exposure I'm looking for. Do you notice that now?
Oh, absolutely. It's some very good coaches in this league. And you have everybody chasing that Power 4, Power 5 ranks, and then you go there, you're unhappy, you're not playing. Go be a big impact player. You know, I can go to a smaller conference, play 35-plus minutes a game, get my averages and get my numbers up. Everybody want to play pro basketball. So you can come, make a resume for yourself. You can go make some money overseas.
Tell me about these two ladies and what had you and your program gravitate towards them and say, we need to have them inside this program and help build this culture?
Well, Kramer showed me an article. We're one of 5 teams that has 14 newcomers. That's a lot. And so we had to have players. We have to have instant impact. And so I needed some scoring. I needed some leadership. So Kai was at Troy, played, you know, some minimal minutes, but she wanted a bigger role. And so what I had to offer was a bigger role, more minutes. I need more scoring and more leadership from her. Joss, another veteran who's kind of, you know, dealt with some adversity over her career, played at a high level, was high level coming out of high school. I needed that leader on and off the court. I needed that coach in the locker room, and just having conversations with her. She was somebody I had to add to this program.
Ladies, I'll start with you, Kai. Walk me through that journey, right? You're leaving one situation, coming into another. And here you are at Media Day now, expected to be one of the torchbearers of this program's culture. What's that journey been like, and how have you acclimated to Coppin State and everything that entails?
From Troy, I guess, I went through a lot at Troy, but I guess talking to Coach Mosley, coming to Coppin State is a big change, but I'm just ready for it all. I'm preparing, and I'm ready to lead my team to a championship.
What about yourself, Jocelyn?
Just coming from North Texas to Coppin, just like Kai said, being under Coach Mosley as well as the assistant coaches as well, just seeing that belief that they have in us and the team all together, right? It's not just us two. We're here, thankfully. This is a great opportunity for us, but just knowing that Coppin wants to be on top and that they have the belief that we'll be able to do that.
Postseason was a thing last year, and I know this is a whole new crop, even yourself. How do you carry that over? How do you say, okay, this is our floor, right? A postseason bid is what we're aiming for. How do you kind of maintain that energy?
Yeah, Jermaine Woods did a phenomenal job last year with that group, and we bringing in a new group, and we want to have continued success. And so it showed that it could be done at Coppin, and so we seen that. So we're instilling that in our team each and every day. Nobody's going to give it to us. Nobody's going to care that we have 14 newcomers. Nobody's going to care how tough our schedule is. We got to put in the work each and every day. And so we're preparing them now on what it's going to look like. They just got to show up and punch the clock every day.
Speaking of that, walk me through practices. What are practices like with your group? What's it been like as you get ready for the season?
Practices are great. We show up ready to work every day. We're just a team that knows we have to give 110% every single day. We can't come in, we can't be a 5, we can't be a 6. Every person from the head coach down to our managers, everyone has to show up and be a 10. And so as long as we bring that energy every day, I feel as if we do have the newcomers, but the camaraderie is there, our bond is there, we love each other, the coaches love each other as well. So just showing up every day, giving all we have, and we know that we can make an impact in this conference by doing so.
I also agree with Jossie. We ready to rock.
I like it. Ready for a show, for sure. What's the most exciting part of this season for you guys? Is it the destination, knowing that the destination and the expectation is to be one of the last standing at the MEAC championship, or is it this part where you're building that identity and then you kind of see it come to fruition as the season goes on? What's your favorite part?
I just think building the identity, right? Like, it's all new for all of us. We come from different parts of the world, right? And so just being under these coaches, learning every single day, senior, grad, right? We've been through it all, but just being around each other and just, like we said, wanting to bring winning back to Coppin and knowing that that's one of the things we can do is one of the most exciting parts.
Coach, I'll finish with you. What's your message to Coppin State fans on what to expect with the way this team will play this year?
Oh, just expect us to come out and play hard, play with some grit and toughness, each and every day. We want to play fast. We want to play up-tempo. And so we're building on that each and every day. From the summer to now, we're a different team. Still a long way to go, though. So we're building blocks each and every day, and we just want to get 1% better each and every day.
Sorry to cut you off. Season starts November 3rd. You're going back to Arizona State. Relationships play a big part in college hoops because it could be May and you don't know your schedule, but you look a couple months later and you're going back to a place. So just tell me how that game came about and how relationships played a part there for you.
Well, it was me and Jermaine set that game up last year. We did a home and home, and then, you look up, I'm here at Coppin now and got to go back to Arizona State. So I'm sure they're looking forward to seeing me out there, and it should be an exciting game.
That should be a great homecoming for sure. Season gets started for you all on November 3rd at Arizona State. Home opener November 6th when you host Lincoln University. Appreciate you all joining us this morning and your insightful answers. When we come back, we're going to hear from Morgan State. We're rolling along on MEAC Women's Basketball Media Day on the MEAC Digital Network and ESPN+. We'll be right back after this break.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
There is a conference where the student and student athlete still matters, where geography means something, and where rivalries are measured in decades, not dollars. In this conference, we push one another to greater heights on the field, the court, the track, and in the classroom. Here, we stay true to our values, and we stay true to each other. The Mideastern Athletic Conference, where champions are made.
At Wells Fargo, we believe that doing can make a difference. That's why we've donated over $2 billion to strengthen local communities over the last 5 years. From more than $710 million to help address housing access and affordability, to roughly $420 million to help small business owners through nonprofits, to nearly $58 million to support scholarships and programming for students. Because doing gets it done.
See yourself here. Whether you're a first-year student or looking to complete your degree, Morgan State University's inclusive learning environment is home to more than 150 academic degree and certificate programs. Join Morgan's Momentum, Maryland's preeminent public urban research university, transforming today's learners into tomorrow's leaders in STEM, social sciences, and the arts. Start your journey today at the National Treasure. Choose Morgan.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
Welcome back into MEAC Women's Basketball Media Day. We are rolling along here at the Norfolk Waterside this morning. And joining us on stage now are the Morgan State Bears. We have first-year head coach Nadine Damone. We also have
Hello.
Maya Woodson. And to my left is Jayla Bannerman. So, Coach, year one, getting things established, hitting the ground running. What's the vibe been like inside the locker room, and how have you established your culture
Well, first and foremost, let me say this. I want to give all honor and glory to God because I'm super humble to get the opportunity to coach these young ladies every day. And I have to say, they've been buying into the culture, what we're buying, what we're trying to bring with the amazing staff. Like, you see me, but I'm not really that person. My neck is back home right now. My assistant coaches holding the fort together. So when you see me, you see my coaches. And these young ladies have been amazing and just truly blessed about this opportunity to do something exciting here at Morgan State.
Tell me about the community and how they bought in and the excitement, right? And now the support that you're getting to see that success that Morgan State has seen in the conference. What has it been like in the first few months for you?
Well, first of all, let's credit Ed Davis, right? A legend in the game.
Absolutely.
Been someone that has opened many doors, been at Morgan State. And for him and for me to follow him is going to be an honor. And so the basketball community already understood what basketball stands for, and they've been warm. And my AD, Ms. Patton Freeman has been amazing, and our President Wilson, has been great. And so it's just been a door of like a welcoming. They say the Bear family, they have really been that to me. It's been a family atmosphere, and I'm just been super thankful and excited about what's coming.
Ladies, in a landscape where there's always a lot of change, what made you guys stand 10 toes and say, I'm bought in, this is home, this is where I need to be for this season?
For me, what made me stand 10 toes was, it was a little rough for me coming in with Coach D, but what made me stand 10 toes was, she means really well, and she just wants the best for us all together, and she means business, and that's something that I've always wanted in a program, and just real structure and stuff like that, and that's what I'm getting from Coach D, and I love it, so I stayed 10 toes.
I think what made me stand 10 toes is kind of working off of Coach D's biggest motto, which is standard over feelings. And that means a lot to our team and our family around Morgan State, because standard over feelings, it just brings a whole new set of vibes to the team. You have to really prioritize what the goal is and what we have in front of us, and not thinking about what you have going on, your feelings and things like that.
What is the practices? What have they been like this year? It's one thing when the laugh tells me everything I need to know.
Let me go first. Practice has been intense. Okay,
now we're getting
I put
real.
The capital I in intense, but it's good for us and it's going to pay off. We're working hard. We're just coming together as a team. The chemistry is there. It feels like we've known each other for 2 years, and we've only known each other since what, May? So practice it's like it's hard. It's hard.
Definitely piggybacking off of Jayla, practice has definitely been a challenge, but it's been a great challenge. It's been something that has made us so much better as a team. We're finally starting to gain so much chemistry together. We laugh in between the lines and outside of the lines now. It's just a whole different vibe, and I'm really excited to see where the season can take us.
Coach, you've got two of your leaders right here. Tell me about the makeup of this team and what excites you about it.
I think the makeup of this team that gets me excited, they're just great kids. And they are willing to learn, and they're open to learn, and they want to be great. And so every day we preach, be the best version of yourself every day. And if that's on and off the court, right? So let's be the best version of us. And if we could do 1% every day, we'll do that. And so I have a seasoned team, an experienced team, because we don't have no freshmen. So everybody's here is looking forward to being the best version of themselves. So that's what makes me excited. I get to coach some amazing, amazing young ladies every day.
That's beautiful. And Jayla, I'll come back to you real quick. So your kind of coach is coach on the floor. So naturally, she's going to be a little bit harder on you. Just how is, you talked about their relationship. How have you seen the vision that she has for you come to fruition?
I see it, and I really do see it. She pushes me every day. She's on my head every single day. I don't catch a break, and I love it. I've never had a coach like that that's been on my head consistently and just sees the best for me. Like, she sees the best for me, and she's gonna have me prepared. I'm prepared.
We're excited to see it. My last question for you. This league and in the front court, we hear so much about it. Just how competitive is it when you get in the conference play specifically, right? You're seeing these teams twice, maybe 3 times during the season. So how competitive is it when you're inside the lines, specifically in the MEAC?
The MEAC is very, very competitive. I think at times people may underlook the MEAC, but being on the court and seeing it front hand, there is so much competition within the lines between everybody. But the one thing I love about the MEAC is everybody is family. We might bang heads between the lines, but outside of those lines, everybody's hugging. Everybody's happy to see each other. The girls can see each other, dap each other up, and know that it means well. And it's just a great level of competition. And like you said, when we get into playoff play, it's a whole new level that becomes unlocked, really. It's a whole new level of competition, and the hard work really does start to pay off for every team.
Awesome. Coach, I'll finish with you. To you, what does success look like this season, day in, day out? Not cumulative or expectation. What does it look like for you day in, day out to see this team once you get to the games?
I think if I could get the best version of them that day, every day, that's success, right? And I think that would take care of whatever that goal that is at the end for us. So we could be the best version of ourselves, standards over feelings, bring our mind and our body and our soul to what we're doing every day. I think that will be success. And then seeing them walk across that stage, right, at the end of the year. So having these young ladies come in as young ladies and leave as young women, that's success to me.
It's going to be a beautiful journey to watch you all this season. Maya Woodson, Jayla Bannerman, and, of course, Coach Nadine Damone. I appreciate you all joining us this morning, ladies. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
When we come back, we are going to hear from the North Carolina Central Eagles. You're listening and watching MEAC Women's Basketball Media Day on the MEAC Digital Network and ESPN+.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
Brighter futures begin here with students and faculty that bring campus projects to life with help from the Home Depot Retool Your School grants. With these grants, HBCUs have built innovative learning lounges, revitalized rec areas, and created peaceful wellness spaces, providing students with areas to learn, relax, and thrive. Through their dedication to uplifting their campuses, HBCUs are growing stronger, one grant at a time, one project at a time, one community at a time. Learn more at retoolyourschool.com. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
There is a conference where the student and student athlete still matters, where geography means something, and where rivalries are measured in decades, not dollars. In this conference, we push one another to greater heights on the field, the court, the track, and in the classroom. Here, we stay true to our values, and we stay true to each other. The Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, where champions are made.
Embrace the bold and get ready to reveal the legacy within you. At North Carolina Central University, aspirations turn into achievement. We take flight. Join us if you're prepared to soar. Be bold. Be successful. Be an eagle. North Carolina Central University, where purpose takes flight.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
Welcome back into MEAC Women's Basketball Media Day. I am joined by the North Carolina Central Eagles here on stage. And this is an exciting time because the Eagles, they have big expectations this season. I'm joined by head coach Terrence Baxter, and you have your standouts with you, Morgan Callahan, our preseason player of the year, and of course, Shaw Foster. Ladies, welcome. Coach, let's begin with you. This is year 3. And we talked this time last year, and you just talked about stability and finding the culture and improving that. Where do you feel like you are this year as you have experienced veterans and you got some players ready to take that next step as well?
Really, it's year 2 for me. This is year 2.
Right.
We've definitely changed the culture. We've got the alumni back involved, and I got the kids in here who working hard. it's time for change, and I think this group right here is going to be the group that makes that first step and making the change that we want to be as a basketball team.
Tell me a little bit more about that transition, right, from interim to fully being the guy, right, that leads these young women. What has it been like to learn in real time, right? It's one thing to be an assistant, or it's one thing to be an interim, but fully the guy. What's it been like learning?
Well, with this group of girls I have, it's been a great experience. It's definitely a lot of growth, a lot of learning, and a lot of changes going from Division II to Division I, from assistant to a head coach. But all in all, it's just basketball, and that's one thing I consider myself to do well. And when I get good kids like I have beside me, ready to come in and learn and just buy into the system, and that's what we have right now. We have everybody buying in, from the team to the alumni getting back involved. It's just an exciting time for women's basketball at North Carolina Central.
Start with the makeup of your team, and tell me about these two ladies as your leaders and the rest of the team that has you excited about them this year.
First of all, congrats to Morgan Callahan for being preseason player of the year. As soon as I seen it, I texted her and told her, now let's go get it. And I asked her that at the beginning of the school year, because she could have left and went to work, and she decided to come back for one more year. So I asked her, what are your goals? Because I wanted to make sure my goals wasn't too big for her and they all aligned. And she wanted to be player of the year. She wanted to win the league, and that's what she came back for. Shakira Foster coming back as a sophomore, being on the all-freshman team last year. I thought she could have made all-conference team as well last year, but she's coming back with re-owned confidence. And that's one of the things that she needed to learn in her freshman year, and I think she's come back with that, and she's ready to carry us from the guard spot as well.
Morgan, I'll start with you. I know it's just preseason, but anytime your name is mentioned among the top, it's got to feel like a tremendous honor. What does it mean to have that bestowed upon you, and your expectations for yourself along with what Coach just said?
I'm super grateful to be able to get that preseason honor, and it just added extra motivation to go and get it, and also to continue to lead my team in my role.
And Shakira, for you, as you enter the second season, and I talked to Coach about learning in real time, walk me through this time last year and how comfortable and confident you feel now.
Coming from high school and playing Division I, it was a challenge for me, and I just didn't have confidence that I needed. And then as season started, I gained confidence, and I'm just looking forward to a great season this year, being a better role model and being a leader for my teammates.
What's practice been like? How are you feeling about the vibe around this team? I'll start with the ladies first.
I feel like this is one of the best years since I've been here. Practices have been super intense, super competitive, and I feel like that's what we need to go and achieve what we all said that we wanted.
Practice has also been fun. We're making it very competitive, so it's like a lot of challenges that we're facing with each other, and we're just having fun and loving each other more and more every day.
And Coach, you mentioned that, you know, these two right here are two of the leaders that you expect on and off the court. Who else are you excited about? I know you could go down the list, but just a couple of names that fans should be looking out for that could take that next step as well.
Well, you know, Anaya Finger has been in the league for a long time. She was hurt all year last year, and then she's back. She was all conference the year before, so she's back. We have Asia Hinton, who's a shooter for us, that was top 3 in the league last year shooting the basketball. They're both on the third team, and we got a couple surprises. We got a freshman, Leah Grant, that's going to really be special. We got a freshman point guard, and we also got a transfer from Dale State, Naja Lane, who's came in and really started to work and be a leader for us. And I'm just excited. For the first time at this point in the year, we still have 15 bodies. And that's the most exciting thing for us, that we're healthy, and now we can really tap into the style of play that we want to play, that we hadn't been allowed to play in the last 2 years. So coming up this year, we're excited because we're going to definitely be able to play the style we want to play, and we got 3 in every position, so we're going to be a little deep this year.
I guess my final question for you all is how high do you believe this team can fly this year? You've been around them since May, June. Do you have that feeling, right? Like, how high can you go this year?
Want me to answer first?
Yeah, let's go down the line.
Eagles soar. We soaring to the highest point that we can get to. So we're trying to get to that number one seat. We want to dance. I think the league is wide open this year. You still got the vets at the top. You got to respect everybody. that's one thing I do love about our league. You got to come to play every night, no matter who you're playing. But
how encouraging is it to see 3 teams get into the postseason from the MEAC last year, right? Like, it shows the elevation of the league.
Yeah, you got to be ready to play in the MEAC. We're going to keep gaining respect, and hopefully we can keep pushing teams to the postseason.
Coach, ladies, I appreciate your time this morning. Looking forward to seeing you guys get your season started in November in a couple of weeks. North Carolina Central, Morgan Callahan, Shakira, as well as Coach Baxter. Appreciate you all this morning. We'll be right back with our 3rd seeded team coming up here next at Waterside. Stick around after this quick break.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite, obey your thirst.
At Wells Fargo, we believe that doing can make a difference. That's why we've donated over $2 billion to strengthen local communities over the last 5 years. From more than $710 million to help address housing access and affordability, to roughly $420 million to help small business owners through nonprofits, to nearly $58 million to support scholarships and programming for students. Because doing gets it done.
Brighter futures begin here with students and faculty that bring campus projects to life with help from the Home Depot Retool Your School grants. With these grants, HBCUs have built innovative learning lounges, revitalized rec areas, and created peaceful wellness spaces, providing students with areas to learn, relax, and thrive. Through their dedication to uplifting their campuses, HBCUs are growing stronger, one grant at a time, one project at a time, one community at a time. Learn more at retoolyourschool.com. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
As a top 10 public HBCU, the University of Maryland Eastern Shore has been creating opportunity for nearly 140 years. Opportunity to get an affordable, top-level education. An opportunity to be part of a family that celebrates you for who you are. First-generation college students, grandchildren of alumni, athletes, farmers, scientists, artists. We're holding open the door at University of Maryland Eastern Shore.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite, obey your thirst.
5 seconds.
Welcome back inside the 2025 Basketball Media Day for the women's side of the MEAC, presented by Wells Fargo here at the Norfolk Waterside. On stage with us now joining us is the number 3 seeded University of Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks. Came down from the Eastern Shore to join us here. Appreciate you ladies this morning. Joining me is head coach Malika Willis. We also have DeKieran Turner, as well as Ashanti Lynch here, a preseason All-MEAC second teamer. So excited to have you ladies. And the excitement, though, is really for this season. So, Coach, I'll start with you. What has you juiced up about this group and your chances to make it to March and be one of the last teams standing?
Our returners, we have 5 returners. 4 of them are seniors. So they have a lot on their shoulders, and these are 2 of them right here. So we think that they deserve the opportunity. They've been here for 4 years, and they've seen everything evolve, you know, the good, the bad, the ugly, and we're trending in the right direction. So with them behind us, I think we'll go far.
That type of buy-in is so rare nowadays. For you ladies, I'll ask you both, what has made you say, this is where I belong and where I need to be?
Me personally, I could say Coach Willis. She gives me all the opportunities that I need. She believes in me. So that makes me very comfortable with coming in to practice and games and doing what I have to do to provide for my team to make sure that we succeed on the court. And then also, they keep us very head on when it comes to academics. So I feel like that is more motivation to make sure that I'm doing everything I need to do to be eligible to play so I could be the best for my team.
Love that. Ashanti, what about you?
I feel like for me, it's like it was home, away from home as soon as I got here, like from my freshman year. And then for the new coaching staff, as much as they buy into us, it's only right that I just give 100% every day.
Coach, your expectation for this team, to no surprise, is to always exhibit toughness, to always have intensity and that energy. What has you excited about this group's ability to do that? I know the veterans are there and they know what to expect, but for some of the newcomers and for some of the younger players, how has that trickled down?
Well, our leadership right away has trickled down to the younger players, but what we have done was a good job recruiting. We recruited like-minded players. They all come from a winning background, as well as a tough and defensive-minded background. So I'm really excited about defense again. Trying to be at the top of every category is my personal goal, and we did a good job with that last year. So with the newcomers, their defensive mindset is what's going to put us over the top. We did get better. We're more talented. So I'm excited about that. We needed to get better scoring on the outside, on the perimeter. We did that. We just got to put it to the test.
I'll ask you, ladies, walk me back to about 7 months ago here in March, right? You fall short. You're still searching for that first MEAC championship. Was it right then and there where you said, nah, we got to run that back? We feel like we have a chance to get close. So what was that kind of conversation like between the leaders of the team?
I know me. I'm not ashamed to say it, but I was hurt. I was crying. I was upset. Immediately after, like, DK came up to me, she's like, what you crying for? This ours next year. Like, so that built confidence, and it's only right, like, we just build from there and keep stacking the days.
We didn't get the outcome that we wanted, but making sure that we all stay together no matter what happened, being able to let the people that I knew that were returning that, we just have to put more work in, do what we need to do, figure out the difference between the reason why we lost, and then when it's time to come back in for the summertime, like, we just have to apply it on the court. Got to go hard at all times.
Shanti, what's it mean to hear your name among the best in the conference? I know Brianna got mentioned as well, but when you see UMES continue to have their name among the top, how does that feel for you all?
It feel great. Like Rod Wade said, I would say it took forever, but it's perfect timing. My senior year, so it's the best.
That's a bar. Coach, I'll finish with you. What's the excitement like around campus on the Eastern Shore as your team continues to take this stairway, right? You start in one place, and now the expectations are even higher this year, not only, outside the community, but inside your locker room.
Yeah, they deserve it. This is about their experience. Mm-hmm. Mine been gone for 30 years. So this is them, and I always say, we're trying to make their senior year the best. So we've changed a lot. There's a lot of buzz around campus. There's a lot of buzz, VP Anderson, President Anderson, VP Owens, they've put a lot into women's athletics for sure. And you can see it stepping right into heights. We just got a new locker room, things like that. A lot going on. So as far as the community, they're excited about it. We're excited, and we're going to put a good product on the floor.
How excited are you about the way this schedule is made up? I know you start with VCU, which is a team that's usually solid, but it's a good litmus test coming out the gates. What about the schedule excites you about the way that it will get you into MEAC season?
Well, we stack our schedule in a way that we're going to be battle tested. We played VCU last year. I thought it was a really good game. I expect the same this year. All the way down until till our last tournament out at FDU, right after Christmas. So I think that the way our schedule is right now, it's going to test us for sure and get us ready for MEAC. But and we got some heavy hitters. We play down in Bahamas also, so that's a great thing. That's the first time for
not a bad business trip.
Yeah, for sure. So it's going to be great.
Well, ladies, I appreciate you, Coach Willis, Ashanti, and DeKieran. I appreciate your time. Looking forward to watching you all this season as you march towards March. That's going to do it for us with UMES here on stage. Coming up next, Norfolk State joins us. You're watching the MEAC Basketball Media Day presented by Wells Fargo on ESPN+.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
At Wells Fargo, we believe that doing can make a difference. That's why we've donated over $2 billion to strengthen local communities over the last 5 years. From more than $710 million to help address housing access and affordability, to roughly $420 million to help small business owners through nonprofits, to nearly $58 million to support scholarships and programming for students. Because doing gets it done.
There is a conference where the student and student athlete still matters, where geography means something, and where rivalries are measured in decades, not dollars. In this conference, we push one another to greater heights on the field, the court, the track, and in the classroom. Here, we stay true to our values, and we stay true to each other. The Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, where champions are made.
How did I get to the place I always imagined myself? Was it my hard work, my perseverance, my sheer sense of optimism, outside-the-box thinking? Or was it the timeless memories that I want to relive over and over, no matter what it was? Norfolk State University helped make my future real. A future where anything is possible. A future beyond my wildest dreams. And it all started here, Norfolk State University. We see the future in you.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
Which camera? Oh, I see the camera. I see the camera.
Welcome back into MEAC Women's Basketball Media Days, and we are here with the champs on stage. The Norfolk State Lady Spartans have joined us here on stage, and we are joined by head coach Jermaine Woods, the new head coach of the back-to-back MEAC champions. And, of course, we have two of his student athletes with us, Anjanae Richardson and Debria Clark as well. Coach, I will start with you. Welcome back to Norfolk State. Welcome back to 757. How exciting has it been for this part of your journey to land you back here in Norfolk?
Full circle, man. I graduated from Granby High School, went to elementary, middle, and high school here. So to be back home and, you know, to be in the city I grew up in and get to lead these amazing young women, it really has been a dream come true, and I'm very excited about the group that we have.
This group, obviously some turnover. You lose some spectacular players, but you have players that you have here on stage with us that have a lot of accolades and have a lot of expectations. What was your first message when you returned back to this team, and how have you seen them buy into that?
That we're going for it. That's our hashtag, going for it. Our goal is to win another one. We want to win 4 in a row. We're not shying away from it. We're not running away from it. We talk about it every single day. We tweet it. We text it. And so we're trying to win a championship. The goal is on March 15th to cut the nets down. That's been the message that I've conveyed to them. And Debria and AJ met with me in the summertime, and they said, if we come back, we want to win it. Can you recruit, bring some players in to help us? That's what we did, and we got a great group. They love each other. They work extremely hard, very disciplined, and on March 15th, we want to be on the ladder.
And, you know, obviously, Coach Vickers went on to Auburn University, big elevation for him. How much has changed? Is it all business the same as usual? What has really changed, or has everything kind of been the same and keeping that standard the same thing?
Yeah, nothing's the same. The standard is the gold standard, but nothing is the same. We got an entirely new staff. We got one person left over, and that's Shanette Hicks, who I coached in high school. But everything has changed. But, you know, they did a great job of building a legacy, and we got to continue that. But we got to do it our way. I don't know how they did it. I wasn't there. So I got to put my footprint on it, and my staff and the young ladies, and we do it all together and make it one. And I think we're on the right path. We haven't had a bad practice yet. And so they've been working extremely hard. And, again, man, going for it, 4 in a row. That's the goal. That's it.
Ladies, congratulations on your preseason All-MEAC honors. Coach will always say practice has been great. How has it been for you all?
For me, it's been really competitive. I feel like competitive is good. Competitive is what we need. I feel like we're learning each other day by day. I feel like in the summertime, we struggled a bit just, you know, in learning each other and learning how to play together. This is all new. Everything, like he said, is new, so everything is an adaptation. So I feel like we're progressing at that over time, and I feel like we're in a good place right now. I'm confident in what we have and what we can do this season.
That's right.
So off what Bree said, not just like learning each other, but just learning a whole new system. Cause you know we was with Coach Vickers, so we was playing under a different system like for 2 years. So it was kind of hard in the summertime to learn his system and get adjusted to it. But I feel like we're going in the right direction. So I think I'm feeling really good about this season, and we still got a lot more to work on before November 3rd. But I'm feeling really confident about this year.
And Coach, when you talk about putting your footprint out there, has it been a challenge for you in transitioning, or has it been kind of seamless for you as well with this group and the leadership that they have?
Change is hard, and when you take over a program and you take over a championship program, you know, everybody has to buy in, and it takes a while, and I have to buy into them as well. So, you know, I have to get their perspective because we're changing the way we defend, and so they've been defending a certain kind of way for both of them for 2 years. Now they got to change their footwork, and then the transfers don't know like what we do. So we did 6 weeks of defense in the summertime, and it was challenging. But now, like, I think everybody's bought in. The most important thing is, you know, for me, is having good people first. And we have a great group of women, like an amazing group. I like being around them. We have fun, we compete, we joke, and then being good students. And we have amazing students. And then the basketball piece comes after that. And they've accomplished that so far. But it hasn't been seamless. It's been challenging, but it's been fun, and it's been rewarding thus far.
Now, I took a glimpse at the schedule, and SEC teams are still scheduling you guys, and you guys have made a knack for knocking them off. So how exciting is it to have the schedule lined up again that it prepares you for March, right? You start with Ole Miss, right? So that's a big one. Just how exciting is it to have those opportunities early on?
For me?
Okay.
Go ahead, Bree.
Yeah,
I was going to say, you can start.
All right. So scheduling was challenging because of the year they had last year. So we just couldn't get the SEC bottom teams. We had to go and get the teams that in the top. So we have Ole Miss, we have Duke, we have Ohio State, we have Iowa State, we got Georgia Tech. So it's been challenging. But what I do is we do returns. So Ole Miss will be returning to Norfolk State the following year. Duke will be returning to Norfolk State the following year. The year after that, we'll have North Carolina on campus, and I got a big surprise. So, you know, I like to do home and homes, and I did it at Coppin State as well. But we got to play. We got to play who we have to play, and whoever wants to play us, we will. We would like to just play every team in Virginia and not fly and not travel, but I appreciate the coaches for scheduling us and giving us opportunity to compete, and that's all we can ask for. But it was difficult to schedule.
I'm curious from your guys' perspective. You've been through this kind of like, some people will call it a gauntlet of a schedule, but how have you seen it in years past prepare you all for January, February, and ultimately March?
I feel like the only way to prepare yourself to win and to be a championship team is to play against and play against winning teams and championship programs. So I feel like everybody lace up their shoes the way we do. Everybody bleed the way we do. So it's like it's really nothing more than a basketball game. And I feel like once you start overthinking it and, you know, getting in your head and in your mind, that's where a lot of people mess up. But like I said, it's only competition at the end of the day. You're only going to get better and prepare for March by playing the teams that's going to be present in March.
There you go.
Yeah, I agree with what Bree said. Playing like those P4s, it really helps you prepare for like conference play. And I mean, we don't shy down from the moment. We don't fall back. I really feel like it just helps a lot. I mean, and it's good for preparation. Yeah.
All roads lead back here to Norfolk in March at Scope Arena, March 11th through 14th this year for the MEAC Women's Basketball Championship. Coach Woods, Anjanae Richardson, and Debria Clark, I appreciate you all joining me. We're looking forward to seeing you all this season. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with our final team of the morning. Howard will join us on stage here at the MEAC Women's Basketball Media Day coming up next.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite, obey your thirst.
Brighter futures begin here with students and faculty that bring campus projects to life with help from the Home Depot Retool Your School grants. With these grants, HBCUs have built innovative learning lounges, revitalized rec areas, and created peaceful wellness spaces, providing students with areas to learn, relax, and thrive. Through their dedication to uplifting their campuses, HBCUs are growing stronger, one grant at a time, one project at a time, one community at a time. Learn more at retoolyourschool.com. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
There is a conference where the student and student athlete still matters, where geography means something, and where rivalries are measured in decades, not dollars. In this conference, we push one another to greater heights on the field, the court, the track, and in the classroom. Here, we stay true to our values, and we stay true to each other. The Mideastern Athletic Conference, where champions are made.
Howard University. You may know us for our athletic domination. You may know us as academic leaders who fuel an entire diaspora. You know, the capstone that shapes culture and builds champions. What we know is that this is the genius, tenacity, and talent that Howard cultivates. We know that we generate new questions and answer with profound solutions. Because here, we build glorious tomorrows. The Howard way.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite, obey your thirst.
All right, we're wrapping up for MEAC Women's Basketball Media Day. Our final team of the morning is none other than the preseason predicted champions, the Howard University Bison. I'm joined by head coach Ty Grace. I also have with me Niall Miller and Zanaya Thomas here on stage. Ladies, I appreciate your time this morning coming down from D.C. Coach, I'll start with you. It's been 5 straight marches you guys have been involved in the final MEAC conference game. But this time you're hoping that you're on the right side of the game. What has it been like to persevere through those shortcomings, but still have the hope and optimism that our time is coming? It's delayed, not denied.
It's been hard coming up short. I mean, obviously that's the expectation every year. 5 years in a row is hard to do. It's hard to sustain that type of success. You know, we just talk about getting back there. You know, if we get a chance to go, and when we get there, we want to win. And so every time that we've had the opportunity, we put our best foot forward. And we came up short, but we know what the expectation is, what the standard is. So, you know, I'm just looking forward to it each year. Like, I appreciate being in this position. I look forward to it. And I know they're going to step up, and we're going to find a way.
Tell me about this group that you have this season. You know, last year you guys went 12-2 in the conference. So, obviously some returnees, but some new additions as well. What's your take on this team right now?
Well, these two specifically, I'm very proud of them. Z came last year, and she got a late start. She had a health issue that started her late into the season, and then she just came and took off. So I'm really proud of how she kind of just went after it. Now doesn't get a lot of credit. Like we've had a lot of talent on our team. She kind of gets overlooked, but she's always been a catalyst for us. I mean, she's a defensive presence. She does all the things that you don't see show up on a stat sheet. So I'm really proud that they have an opportunity to be in front of everyone today to represent. And then, yeah, we got 9 new players. It's different. Very competitive, very versatile. We have a kid, Zoe Stewart, from Missouri State. We had a kid sitting out last year, April Edwards, who's going to be a big surprise for us. A freshman, Ariella Hennigan from Chicago, just a dog. Really impressed with my team. They're competitors, and they're ready to win.
Niall, I'll start with you. Played and started 32 games last year, so a lot of experience. Take me back to March, kind of where your mindset was as you got ready for another season with the expectations that you all have?
So yeah, back in March, probably just we were carrying a chip on our shoulder because we lost 2 years prior to that, and we wanted to win. We just came in the mindset we're gonna change. We're gonna change what happened previously.
Tell me about the perseverance it takes, as players to, flush the past, right, but continue to have that competitive edge. What's it been like for you all this season as you turn the page, fresh slate, fresh canvas to paint a new story?
Well, I would just say, being a returner, we do have a chip on our shoulder, and kind of just being leaders, especially with the newcomers, letting them know, like, the mindset that we have coming into the new season. We're all competitors, and we want to win and do better than we did before. So just continuing the culture of winning and, just showing up and leading the team.
And Zanai, for you, you've gotten the all MEAC, honors. For you, what does it take? What do you think it takes from you, not just as a leader, but as a coach on that floor as well, to help the newcomers kind of fit in and keep it business as usual?
Just staying locked in, being mentally prepared for anything that's thrown at me, and just showing up for my team however I can, whether it's offensively, defensively, even if I'm not on the floor, just communicating effectively and just being a leader.
Coach, for you, with all your experience in this league, every year is different. I know that. But what is the one thing that's maybe a constant that you see within your program that breeds this success?
I think, it's been 10 years. This is my 10th season, so I have been here a long time. But I think I've had a lot of competitive teams. I think every single year you can walk away and say that Howard competes. Howard is going to challenge you. Howard is going to rebound. We have good offensive players. So I think the competitiveness is the biggest part, because I don't think you sustain this type of success without being competitive and without having grit and working hard. We sustained injuries over all of those years, but we've always had people that showed up when people were down. So I appreciate that, and that's the trait of a competitor. When the chips are down and you've got a loss of players and people can just rise to the occasion, that means you compete.
Niall, so I have it here. You're the film and media journalism major. Is that true?
No, I'm a sports management major now.
You're sports management.
Yeah.
So you're one of the GMs of this team and one of the vets. What is your role in making sure everybody is on the same page as the season goes along through the ups and downs, right? And how do you plan to kind of keep stepping into that role?
I feel like just being a good example, communication, and just doing daily check-ins. I feel like we overlook like people's mental health, and I feel like off the court I need to check in on them too. So yeah.
How do you take the May through the October stretch, right, and keep people engaged, right? How do you do that as a coach, right? Practices are one thing, right? And the aspect that Niall just talked about with mental health, then it's a season. And so there's so many different variables, right, before you even get to tip off. How do you keep them engaged for this portion?
I think rest is important. When they leave in the spring, I leave them alone. I mean, they may not say that, but I think I leave them alone. Like, I let them get time with their families and friends, and they go on vacation. And I want to do the same thing so that we're fully prepared to come back and engage the way we need to and be locked in. We took a trip to Portugal this summer, which I think was very meaningful for us. The team did a great job. We went 3-0. We spent a lot of time together. So I think, doing those things outside of just playing are just as equally important to be ready. And we're all about preparation. If we can't do the things that it takes to get to October and to get to March, it's going to be hard. So we just try to stay engaged. I check on them. They're like my daughters. I appreciate each and every single one of them. And I just want to make sure they're okay. And they give me their all, and I couldn't ask for anything more.
That's a perfect passport stamp. What was your favorite part of the trip aside from going 3-0, ladies?
I would just say the experience in itself. Portugal is a very beautiful country, and I'm just grateful for the opportunity to play there.
I would probably say my favorite part was our ending meeting. I feel like there was a lot of tears, a lot of gratitude. We're just very grateful for Coach Ty and the rest of our coaching staff. So yeah.
That's great. That's awesome. Ladies, appreciate your time this morning as we get ready for the season. I'll see you all up in the nation's capital at the Mecca. Homecoming's coming soon, I know it. So we will see you very, very soon. You open the season November 4th on the road at Providence and then return home. You got Florida A&M at home a month from today, November 8th. Exciting times. All smiles here with the preseason predicted champions of the 2025-26 MEAC season, the Howard Bison. Appreciate you, ladies. We'll be back to wrap this show up here this morning, coming up next after this break.
Thank you.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite, obey your thirst.
At Wells Fargo, we believe that doing can make a difference. That's why we've donated over $2 billion to strengthen local communities over the last 5 years. From more than $710 million to help address housing access and affordability, to roughly $420 million to help small business owners through nonprofits, to nearly $58 million to support scholarships and programming for students. Because doing gets it done.
There is a conference where the student and student athlete still matters, where geography means something, and where rivalries are measured in decades, not dollars. In this conference, we push one another to greater heights on the field, the court, the track, and in the classroom. Here, we stay true to our values, and we stay true to each other. The Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, where champions are made.
Brighter futures begin here with students and faculty that bring campus projects to life with help from the Home Depot Retool Your School grants. With these grants, HBCUs have built innovative learning lounges, revitalized rec areas, and created peaceful wellness spaces, providing students with areas to learn, relax, and thrive. Through their dedication to uplifting their campuses, HBCUs are growing stronger, one grant at a time, one project at a time, one community at a time. Learn more at retoolyourschool.com. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite, obey your thirst.
Well, you heard it firsthand from all of our coaches and student athletes inside the MEAC women's basketball programs here this morning. And we heard just now from the Howard Bison predicted to win the conference this season. They've got a plethora of returnees. They also have some newcomers, as well as many of the other teams in the conference. So let's take a last look at the predicted order of finish this season inside the conference. We'll start at 8, South Carolina State. Delaware State coming in at 7. Coppin State at 6. Morgan State at 5. North Carolina Central inside the top 4. Maryland Eastern Shore at 3. And Norfolk State at 2, with Howard coming in at 1. So that is going to be a wrap. All 8 programs have gave us an inside look into the season ahead. It starts less than a month from now. At the top of November, these teams will be on the road or at home, tipping off inside their arena. It's going to be exciting. We always know the season starts here and it ends here as well. Norfolk Scope Arena, March 11th through 14th. For the Women's Basketball Championship in 2026. All the details, all the MEAC teams for the preseason and the order of finish on MEACsports.com. Head over there. We've got you covered. And, of course, we'll see you for the men coming up here in the next hour. I'm Mitch Brown signing off at Waterside, folks. Enjoy yourself. Have a great day. We'll see you then.